Hello there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Right, well, I've got a great video for you. What I want to do for the end of all the things that I watched in October, I wanted to do a live stream. So yeah, I'm just going to sit and talk about the films that I watched, and then hey there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Right, vlog 7. So what did I watch for vlog 7? Well, I watched Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street. What a brilliant film. Now, this was the first horror film I ever saw when I was 12 years old, staying at a mate's house at the time, and we were sleeping in the lounge, and around midnight he decided to put on a VHS. It just happened to be Friday A Nightmare on Elm Street. Keep getting those films muddled up. Yes, Fred Krueger and his crazy shenanigans, just the way the dream sequence is, and you know, because they're so real and not like our own dreams, sometimes it's hard to tell, well, hang on, is this supposed to be real life or is this a dream? And that's what's good about it. Of course, when Freddy Krueger appears, then it's definitely a dream. But one of the first, or if not the first, movie role for Johnny Depp. What a career he's gone on to have. Of course, Robert Englund reprises the role many a time, and I think a lot of us are waiting for him, or hoping that he comes back to reprise it one more time. That would be great. So yes, this is a little sort of simple box set of all the films. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is the last one, and then disc 5 has a retrospective Fear himself, the life and crimes of Freddy Krueger. I'm not sure I've actually seen that yet, so I really need to get on and watch that. But so of course, if you watch the original, then in this case I've got to watch the remake. Now, I know this is not particularly liked by a lot of horror fans, and I can, I can see why. I mean, this image of Freddy in one of the nightmare sequences, it doesn't look amazing, but they can't copy the original one because it's not their film. But certain other aspects of it, I think, do work. Obviously, there are little bits of CG that enhance the facial burns and everything. Yeah, they put in some of the key moments, don't they? And Nancy getting killed in a rather violent way, being thrown around the room. Yeah, I've forgotten. I'm a bit tired now. But one thing I definitely noticed was, because I'm watching it on my big screen, which is 4 times the size of most of your TVs, are the very little subtle things that they've put into the film. So there's a sequence where you see the condensation on a glass, and instead of the water running down it, it runs backwards, and that's just before a nightmare scene. Now, when you get the young lad who's the swimmer, and he's getting in and out of the pool, and they're getting ready to do another training session. When he's holding on to the blocks, the diving blocks, the water droplets go upwards. Now, I didn't really notice that before, but because it's blown up and much bigger and easy for me to see, that happens just before he gets dragged under the water. So yeah, little subtle things like that you may not have noticed on your TVs. Now, obviously, right at the beginning of this one, the first time we see Freddy is when he comes sort of bursting through the wall. Well, not bursting, but he sort of stretches through the wall, doesn't he? Now, when they do that in this one, clearly it's CG, and it does not look as good as the practical effects of the original. Yeah, they've got to do it differently, and with the aid of CG, they're going to do it differently, because we kind of see his face briefly, and that would have been much harder to do back in the 80s. So one key location, there's an exterior shot of Powell's books. Now this particular shot is the rear corner of the shop, because actually if you look on Google Maps and you see the corner that's on, and you look at the block, that entire block is the shop. Basically it's the biggest bookshop in the world, and it's in Portland, Oregon, and I've been there a couple of times. A few years ago I went with my wife, and so she's also walked around there. So when you look at these bookshelves, I've walked between those and I've looked at books, and I brought some books from there. So it's really cool to sort of see a location that I've been to a few times in a film, and especially a horror film at that. So anyway, yeah, so that's vlog number 7. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you can comment with what you think of these films. Do you prefer the original? Do you even like the remake, or do you hate the remake? Or controversially, do you prefer the remake? Don't forget to look in the description for the movie clip song. So I'll leave a link down below, and don't forget, just write the film down that you think the clip is from. And at the end, once we've got all of the vlogs together, then I'll find a way of getting your answers to me without me giving the answers and you just sort of correcting yourself when you realise you're wrong. Anyway, until the next vlog, take it easy.